Subscribe, please. Posted a video about how it's her opinion. It's about how Star Rail's community is doomed. So let's have a look. Let's see what she thinks, why she believes that, and yeah, let's have a look, Z's.
I wanted to share an opinion that I have about the Honkai Star Rail community. It also applies to Hoyo in general and a lot of other communities realistically, but I wanted to...
Okay, not a hot take, but every single community in the world are just shit. It is what it is. I don't know why people... There's always a debate of like, oh, the community of this game is better than this game, or oh, the community of that game is better than that game. Every single community is terrible. All of my friends always have had one horrendous experience with the community or another. And the only reason why they think that the community is better than the other is because Game A's community upset them. And then when they play Game B, they haven't had that upsetting experience yet. And so they believe the new game doesn't have problems or that the community is better. Also, there is the fact that some community is just... It takes a while before a community goes to crap, right? There's always a honeymoon period during which community is just like kind of positive in general because everybody's excited. But once that's done, it's just back to being absolutely terrible. And there's also the fact that sometimes when there's a new game coming out and it's a direct... let's say competition to another game, there's gonna be a lot of drama and like fighting, I suppose, or like arguments happening, but that's mostly because the community of the other game is upset at the new game, and so they're like entering a kind of stupid confrontation with the people enjoying the new game. But like at the end of the day, my opinion is that every single community will always go toward being bad, the end. I haven't had a single community that I thought was nice, ever. I mean, there are some... I don't know. Honestly, I don't think so. Like, maybe the best community I've had was, like, Final Fantasy XIV, but even then, I don't think that's true. There's, like, so much weird stuff there. Like, I mean, the ERP in public is weird. Some people are just trolls. It's like even FF14, which generally is regarded as being very welcoming, and it's true. I think there are some aspect where people are not as obnoxious toward new players, but I've had plenty of people being... Nah, even then, I think it's kind of bad, to be honest. No bad experience with FF14 and HI3. I've had some bad experiences. I've had people trolling, like in dungeons. I've had people being very obnoxious, very rude. And the ERP in public, in my opinion, should be bannable. I mean, I'm sure it is, actually, but people still do it, and I think it's really weird. Like, why are you doing something that is adult publicly in a game where kids are probably playing? I think that's horrendous. Like, it doesn't impact me directly, as in, like, I don't give a crap, but I think it's terrible. It's really bad. Honkai Impact 3rd, I've had some bad experience with the Honkai Impact 3rd in the sense that, like, the game has been out for a long time, and there's a lot of... there's a form of elitism to some extent, sorry, not expect. But it's not as in... It's more of a... meta-cucks, I want to say. I think people are like, oh, you gotta play like this, you gotta play like that. Why don't you have this? Why don't you have this character? Why don't you have the full build? Why don't you have the thing? It's just like, I'm a new player. Can you please, like, Jesus. It's like, oh my god. Like, you're a new player and people just expect you to just follow the meta and just, like, know everything there is to know. It's like, really annoying. Mr. Pokies? No, I don't know. I don't know about that. I think Mr. Pokey is very focused on his, like, zero cycle and stuff like that, but, like, it's very different. But I don't think the community is better than the other, to be honest. at least every single community, when they become as big as another, is going to be as horrendous as another, because there's going to be the same amount of annoying people in it. That's it. Anyway, I'm sorry, that was a large tangent. Moving on.
Talk about it specifically in the context of HSR and the community and my experience of it.
Should we go, maybe we'll speed it up a little bit. I don't want to spend too much time on this. Well, I mean, this is not going to distract me from this.
I will say, when I tried to share this on Twitch, it was admittedly chaotic, but I want to state my immediate opinion up front, which is that I think that with HSR, there is a tendency to attribute business decisions by Hoyoverse as being the same as the dev caring about the community more than Genshin Impact or whatever. This prevents...
Okay, I will say, the ID, like, I'm always annoyed when people say, oh my god, they're so generous. They don't care about you. It's like, I love how HSR fans are like, haha, stop protecting Hoyo, stop protecting Genshin devs, you Hoyo knights, you Hoyo cock, you Hoyo dick riders. Why are you being, like, they insult Genshin player as the, you know, like the, don't insult my $3 trillion company or whatever, or corporation. But meanwhile, when they say HSR, they're like, oh, they treat us so well, they're so nice, they really care about us, oh my god. No, they don't. It's a corporation, they don't. The only thing they care about is your fucking money. I don't know why people are just so obtuse when it comes to this. It's absolutely outrageous.
HSR players and the HSR community sometimes from accepting criticism about the game. This is going to start with me explaining the difference between an opinion and a fact. To get to why we needed to get there is...
This is ridiculous. And it's kind of sad because I agree with her. I think a lot of people don't understand the difference. So a fact is something that can be proven. It's a true statement that can be proven by evidence. Where's the evidence? Meanwhile, an opinion is just based on your fucking emotions. That's it.
An odyssey of its own, but I hope you guys enjoy. This is a little bit funny and a little bit serious and a lot chaotic, but I guess I just wanted to show you guys because I eventually got out the idea that I wanted to get out there, and I think that it held true. You should come join us on twitch.tv/hex_juice. We stream
yeah, go check out
live
HexJuice.
at
She's
10 a.m.
great.
Pacific Standard Time. I also wanted to say really quickly, HSR is a good game. I like HSR. I've not been playing HSR primarily because I've been busy with Withering Waves and other stuff, reaction content and all these other things. This is not really a criticism of HSR or the devs at all. It's more so reminder to the community that corpos don't care about you and they just want to extract money from you.
What? No way! They care about me!
Subscribe. What is the difference between a fact and an opinion? A fact is a statement that can be verified. It can be proven true or false through objective evidence.
Yay!
An opinion is a statement that expresses a feeling, an attitude, a value judgment, or a belief. It is a statement that is neither true nor false, though it may feel true for some, but false for others. A fact can be proven true or false through objective evidence, relies on denotative language, and frequently uses measurable or verifiable numbers, statistics, dates, and measurements. An opinion cannot be presently verified, relies on connotative language, and can mean different things to different people, uses value judgment words and comparisons such as best, most, and etc. Let's do a quiz together. 1. I have a husband and 2 children. Is that a fact or opinion?
It's a fact.
Joke? Let me know, chat. What do you think? Good job, chat room. It is a fact. That is a statement of fact. Good job, class. 2. Pitbulls are the most dangerous dogs alive. Is that a fact, an opinion, or both? It's mostly an opinion. Some people state it as fact. But
I would say it's an opinion. I think that's where it's a little bit complicated because when it comes to... I mean, there's like people who do like researchers and... I'll try to figure out like which are the most dangerous. I feel like it could maybe be both, but I think it's mostly an opinion. Also, there is something to say about like when you do like polls and stuff like that. Even if you have a large sample pool, it might not apply to like a general audience. I would say, even if it's a decent-ish representation. So yeah. I don't know. I think it's kind of hard to define, to be honest.
Is in fact an opinion. Good job to everybody who got it right. 3. Ostriches do not hide their head in the sand.
Fact.
Fact, an opinion, or both. That is a fact. Good job, class. 4. There is nothing like an ice-cold bottle of Coke to satisfy a
That's
thirst.
a nod.
Is that a fact or an opinion?
Opinion.
It's an opinion.
Yay!
Good job, class. You're doing great. 5. It is time for educators to assume more responsibility for schools' unhealthy lunch menus. Is that a fact or an opinion? Ooh, chat's getting a little slow. Is it hard? You guys can do it, I believe. That is an opinion. Good job, class. 6. The government should increase spending for preventing unwanted pregnancy. More than 1 million teenagers become pregnant every year.
That's both. The more than 1 million teenagers become pregnant every year is most likely a fact. But the government should increase spending from preventing unwanted pregnancy is the opinion. So this statement uses a factual part, a factual statement, a factual truth to form an opinion.
Is that a fact, an opinion, or both? This one's a little tricky, class. Yeah, good job. Half of the statement is a statement of fact, and half of the statement is a statement of opinion. What would indicate in statement number 6 that part of it is an opinion? There is one word. Good job, class. It's the word should.
Yay!
Should is inherently a statement of opinion. Good job. 7. Rob said that the Book of Angels and Demons is better than the Da Vinci Code. Is this a
So, okay, this one is actually kind of complicated. Well, it's not really complicated. It's kind of like the number 6. It's like it's a trick question, I guess. It's a fact about an opinion. Rob saying that the book Angel and Demon is better than Da Vinci Code is an opinion, but the sentence itself talks about Rob saying that, which means that's a fact. Rob saying it is a fact.
Statement of fact or opinion. Good job. That is an opinion. You guys are getting a little confused here. I don't know if you're dented or trolling. Hello. Post-quiz Hex here. Number 7 is actually a statement of fact because it's a statement about what Rob said, which is either true or false. We got this wrong. It was a trick question. Chat was not, in fact, actually dented on this. It was me. 'Twas I that was dented. The fact is that Rob said that the book Angels and Demons is better than
I was the dented one!
But the statement itself is a statement of fact because it is either verifiably true or false that Rob said that. Now you know, we've learned New York City is not the capital of New York State. Is this a fact or an opinion? Is it a statement of fact or...
Okay, the problem here is I have no idea. I don't know. Isn't New York City a city-state? I think the problem is here, it's actually about like American geography, and I'm pretty bad about it. I thought that New York is a city-state. Well, no, isn't like New Jersey part of New York, the state? Oh man, I don't know. This is stuff I can't know. So I have no idea.
A statement of opinion. You don't need to know if it's true or not. It doesn't matter if it's true or not. It's a statement of fact. I know that this is very hard. There is a very big difference between an
Oh, so even if you don't know, it still remains a fact? Oh yeah, regardless of it being true or not, I guess. Well, I don't know about this one. I'm not sure. Otherwise. Anyway.
Opinion and a fact. A take, in this particular concept, the act of sharing one's perspective
a take is always an opinion
on a particular matter.
Wow.
So a take would be what? A fact or an opinion? An opinion. Good
yeah,
job,
we did
you
it!
Can agree or disagree with someone's objective opinion, but unless it is based on incorrect information, it is not wrong. A subjective opinion cannot be...
Yeah, it's the same as like feelings cannot be wrong or right. You can't say that someone cannot have certain feelings. That's just how it is. They might have feelings that you disagree with, or you feel that you yourself feel, aka it's your opinion, that a person's feelings are misguided or that they shouldn't feel that way, based on why the person is feeling these things, but it's still their feelings. So I mean, that's it. You can't say they're wrong about it.
Objectively wrong. I know. It's really hard, and you can tell that this is for big-brain smart adults when they use the Comic Sans. A subjective opinion cannot inherently be objectively wrong. My subjective opinion is that the HSR story quest is incredibly overrated. It's my opinion. I feel
really don't disagree. I like HSR story, but I don't... I really like HSR story, but I don't think it's like that amazing. People are literally cooming saying that HSR story is the best story ever told, and I'm just like, nah. Nah, it's not. It's pretty good, but like, come on.
That people think that the HSR story is better than it really is. That's my opinion. Not understanding a difference between a statement of opinion and a statement of fact is like insane. This is like the very basis of critical thinking. If I stated as a fact that the HSR story is objectively unwatchable dog shit, then I'm stating as a fact and opinion, and that's not really appropriate. But I can't verify that, and y'all will disagree with it. Like, you can state an opinion as a fact. That doesn't make it a fucking fact.
True.
It is my opinion. And the fact is that people...
That's also one of the problems I have, and why I have some issues sometimes with reading people's statements, is that a lot of people, they're like cis lords. They talk in absolute, which makes no fucking sense, because this phrase itself is an absolute. But like, they don't say, in my opinion, this is bad. They say, this is shit, the end. And that's why sometimes I'm very confused. But that's just because my brain is a little bit weird. But yeah, anyway, I agree with what you're saying. It's not a big deal, though.
And try to prove my opinion wrong.
I can't believe we spent like half the video just talking about what is a fact. Can we get to the point, please?
My opinion that a story taking 8 hours to get to a satisfying conclusion doesn't feel very good to me. It feels like maybe it could take less hours to get to a satisfying conclusion. You can't prove me wrong. It can't be objectively wrong because it's not objective. We can talk about good and bad storytelling, and we can have detailed discussions on all kinds of interesting...
I think the story is very good. I like the way it's told. I don't mind how long it is. I don't think it's really an issue with me. For me specifically, I know a lot of people think there's too much yapping, which, I mean, it's a right to believe so or think so and don't enjoy it. Personally, it's perfect for me. I don't mind. I like the yapping. That said, I do agree that a lot of people think it's... I do agree. I think people are overrating the story a little bit too much. Yeah, anyway. There it is. That's my full thought on the topic.
Things about it, but that doesn't make me wrong objectively. I personally think that Acheron's outfit is really fucking ugly, but it's factually true that she's a fucking fantastic DPS in the game and very much a good pull regardless. But I think she looks very bland in my opinion. I think her outfit is super fucking mid.
Yeah, I don't really like her outfit. I think she's okay. Like, unfortunately, she doesn't... It's too bad because I like her backstory, but she's kind of bland, period. But I guess that's how she's supposed to be because of her memory issues and story things. But it doesn't change the fact that like her outfit is not like super interesting, and also like her character is not that interesting because she's just like, she doesn't talk much. She's very monotonous. It's like there's not much happening there, so it's not very interesting. But I hope we get to see her more in the future, and we get to see maybe her reverting to being who she was before becoming a self-annihilator. But also, is that an excuse for the character to be a bit too bland? I'm not sure. I don't know.
Critical thinking will not hurt you. It might actually, in fact, make your life better. This whole like concept of a bad take is so insane to me. Here's an example. I think that the character Jade from HSR is fucking mega mid. Is that a statement of fact or just fact? It's an...
Okay, I'm gonna say I think it's kind of where like the water gets a bit muddied, is that there's a lot of terms that people use online that are just like, they're just the word or the expression. It's like people saying meat. It has become like a buzzword in a sense, and I think saying bad take is kind of the same. Bad take doesn't mean that your take is bad or that your opinion is wrong because it's your opinion. People just mean I disagree with you. That's what it means. But also, you know, let's be real. You can't count on the internet to use words properly. It's just how it is. I don't think it's a big deal. That's it. I think I understand, like, especially me, because I take things very literally. But I have to do myself a favor and just understand that sometimes people use words even though they don't know what they fucking mean. that's how it is. So when people say bad take, I'm not like, how dare you disagree with my personal subjective opinion. I'm just like, okay, you disagree, the end. It's just another way of saying I disagree.
opinion, bestie, indicated by I think. It can be an opinion that a lot of people agree with, but that doesn't mean it's true because it's an opinion. So what's the point of calling something a statement? I've explained it so many times that if you don't understand it, I don't know what to do. I don't want to just say that you're dumb, but like I've explained it so incredibly clearly that if you don't understand it, I don't know how to save you. This is base knowledge to being able to talk to other people about their opinions.
Yeah, I agree with her, but again, it's just how the internet is. That's it. It's just how it is. And unfortunately, or not, I guess, that's subjective, language evolves, and regardless of the base meaning, if people use it a different way, the new different way is gonna become the normal. So, yeah, it is what it is, I guess.
Statement of facts are born from opinions. Honestly, I
What? No, that's ridiculous. Statements of fact are born from opinion. Okay, I believe the earth is flat. Is it flat now? Is that factual now? No, it's not, you fucking moron. What the fuck is that, viewer? Yeah,
Oh my god!
I relate to the losing of her mind.
For that. Education has failed you. Hey,
Indeed.
Honestly, now you guys get to finally understand, like, when I talk about, like, the way that people talk, like, the way that people fucking disagree is so fucking unhinged. What's the opinion that was taken as fact that started all this? I said that the HSR community tends to see business decisions made by Hoyoverse and see them as Hoyoverse loving them and caring for them instead of as business decisions required by the game. And
that's so stupid.
By a turn-based game for the Gacha system. And it makes them unwilling to see criticism regarding the game. I mean, I feel like at this point it's being shown as being true. Yes, I absolutely consider the compensations by Bua's business decisions, which I've said today very clearly and also multiple times before this. I feel like I'm losing it.
I can't understand why people believe that, like, getting a free doctor ratio, getting free 5-star in Wua or whatever, how do they think it's about, like, being cared for? They're doing that because they don't want people to leave the game, be upset and shit on them. That's all it is. You think they give you free stuff just because they feel like you deserve it? No, they give you free stuff because they want you to stick around. It's so stupid. Wow, they care so much. They care about me. It's so dumb. It really reminds me of that Ryan George video about Walmart posting on Twitter a message being like, we care, and then the person like losing their mind and trying to call Walmart and be like, so you care, huh? It's like, what do you mean? It's just something people post. It is literally that. They don't care. They don't care. Just because they give you something doesn't mean they care. The only thing they care about is you staying and making the game more popular. Or buying shit afterward. It's so dumb. And the worst thing is that it works. I mean, I like the free stuff, but some people are going to be like, oh, they gave us a free 5-star, so I guess I'm going to pay for the next one because, I mean, they were so generous. So now, I mean, I essentially save money, right? So I don't really lose money if I pay for another 5-star, right? Because I got one for free. And that's so stupid.
I think that, like, a lot of y'all get it. My opinion is that it is a mistake to take anything that a corporation does as being evidence of them caring about you. I think that that is a mistake in any corporation on this planet. That includes
obviously
Kellogg's, Withering Waves, Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, literally any EA game.
Not the Kellogg's.
Everything that you do, everything that you buy, anything that you
What
put
about
money into,
my
their
Nestle?
decisions are not based upon giving a fuck about you when they are a corpo. It is my opinion that when we attribute actions of a corpo to caring about anyone as an individual ever, it makes you a bad consumer. It makes you a ignorant consumer. Understanding
ignorant,
why
not
decisions
bad.
are made
Ignorant.
by a corporation, in my opinion, helps you make decisions about that corporation more intelligently. And my opinion and how that relates to the Honkai Star Rail community is that because the Honkai Star Rail community tends to attribute business decisions required to make Honkai Star Rail playable. Because if Honkai Star Rail was run like Genshin, absolutely fuck all nobody would play it because it would be a miserable goddamn experience. Significantly more miserable than Genshin because it's turn-based. But attributing that
I could agree to that.
the team giving a fuck about you makes you a naive and foolish consumer. And
True.
in my opinion, prevents people in the community from allowing criticism of the game. And it is my opinion that not criticizing things when there are things to criticize is dangerous because it allows corporations, other people, etc. to take advantage of you maximally. That is why, in my opinion, it is important to understand the motivations of corporations because when you don't understand them, you will be taken advantage of. You can still like that the decision was made. I certainly enjoy that Wuthering Waves is better at listening to its community than Hoyoverse.
I do agree with that. I think it's like a lot of people think that like a company giving you something means that it can excuse the next thing. That's essentially what's going on. Because quote unquote HSR is so generous with the player base, it's not a big deal if then they make bad moves. And that's not true. It is a big deal. And it's the same with Wuthering Wave. Just because Wuthering Wave gave you like free stuff doesn't mean that it excuses like the poor launch of the game. It's a way to try and keep us playing the game because we get free stuff and so we're excited about it, and so we kind of look past the issues and hopefully we stick around. That's kind of why they gave us so much stuff, right? But also, it's like we shouldn't take it as a way to like. It can't become a way for them to silence the community and the criticism of the community. And I think that's the issue. Just because they give us good stuff doesn't mean that we should ignore the bad, right? I think it's important to keep like criticizing the bad stuff. And I think, to me, what's the most important when it comes to Wuthering Wave is not the fact that they give us compensation, it's the fact that they are transparent. To me, this is the best thing. Yes, obviously getting free 5-star characters is awesome, but you know what I think is more awesome? When they post a blog saying, we heard what you say, and we are going to try to improve the tacit field, the synthesizing of the golden tuners, all that. This to me is the most important part. Of course, I take the compensation gladly, but if they just gave us compensation and didn't fix anything, that wouldn't make it a good game. It just wouldn't. It would be like, oh, that's so nice. The state of the game is still terrible. And it would be the same for Genshin Impact. If Genshin Impact fixed nothing and gave us like a bunch of 5-star character, I wouldn't think it's a better game. It just wouldn't be. It doesn't change anything. So there has to be some substance behind what's going on. And even if they make it better, I don't think they truly care. It's still a decision to appease the community. I don't think that Wuthering Waves being transparent means that they care about us. They just care about retaining their player base. That's all there is. It's the same. It's just that they are going with a approach that is better for the consumers. That's it.
Like that better than the way that Hoyoverse does it. And so I praise them for it while still understanding that it is a business decision. At the same time...
Exactly. Woo! HexJuice, so smart. Man, that girl. Woo! Big brain. Geiger brain.
Can be and statements. And understanding that it's a business decision allows you to be more objective in your criticism and more fair in your criticism. We stray further
yes, ma'am.
From Genshin Impact Brain Rot, where Hoyoverse does no wrong, where Genshin is the perfect game, where it's the best game ever made. Criticism is important. Critical thinking is important. And I have a hard time with the HSR community because they want criticism of Genshin Impact and other things, but criticism of HSR is not welcomed. That is my problem with the HSR community. It is okay to still enjoy business decisions. What is not a good thing to do is attribute to them to anything about a corporation liking you or caring about you. Corporations, especially gacha corporations, absolutely and 100% can and will make decisions that make your playing experience worse if it makes them more money. And we've seen that with Genshin Impact. So True. That is my entire point. I think the HSR community is incapable or unwilling to be critical of the game because at least it's not Genshin. Genshin could never. And I think that that is toxic and harmful. The toxic positivity in Honkai Star Rail is going to...
I agree. This is literally, I said at the beginning of the video, how I found it so funny that HSR fans shit on Genshin fans because they're saying that they're literally protecting their trillion billion company. Meanwhile, HSR is literally doing the exact same thing. And the funny thing is that they're the same fucking company. It's like, haha, stop protecting the devs from the corporation. Meanwhile, our dev team is the best. I'm not gonna shit on my dev team's company and corporation. It's like, I love how, like, Hoyoverse is so omnipresent in the gacha space that people are attacking players of, like, games made from a different dev teams. Meanwhile, in the dev teams, like, some of the developers, like, switch between teams every now and then to, like, help with the writing and stuff. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. The whole thing is so ridiculous.
The community, just like it has with Genshin in the past. The more it is encouraged, and the more content creators are scared off from talking about the game genuinely, the closer to Genshin's community it will get. This criticism literally applies. I'm not talking about the game. I am talking about the community. How is a subjective, personal perspective and opinion bad?
Yeah, anyway, I'm sorry, I rambled for a long time, because to be fair, this shit is so fucking stupid, it annoys me. Not her, obviously, but just like, the community being like this. What do people say? HSR is my first and only Hoyo game that I got into through a Shadowverse CC. The community seemed reasonable at the beginning, so I was willing to stick with it despite what I've heard about Hoyo Genshin stance. Can't prove this, but it seems like an increasing portion of the HSR players' base is migrating from Genshin, which explains a lot. I disagree with that. I don't think it's about, like... it's so stupid how people are like, oh, because the game is good, now Genshin players come over and the community becomes worse because of it. No, it's not the case. It's just that there's always going to be an amount of tribalism. It might be true to some extent, but I don't think this is... It's not like, oh, the HSR community got, like... The Genshin players, like, infiltrated the HSR community and they are the one who are toxic. Not the real HSR community. It's only the new players coming from Genshin. No, every fucking community is like this. It's always the case. And it's just that because HSR has been good for a long time and the players have been rewarded, they feel cared for by Hoyoverse, and so they have this sense of like superiority, and in exchange they feel like they need to protect the company, which is fucking retarded. I'm sorry, I said a bad word, my bad, maybe I'll beep that out. Anyway, yeah, there it is. Yeah, I'm completely open to criticism. We need relic loadout, less yap, more should and tell. Well, to be fair, this is an opinion. A jump button. Really? A jump button? Sure. Don't actually push us through. Okay, but 9,000 is not additional. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to read all that. Okay, yeah, anyway, that was an interesting video. I'm looking forward to more stuff from HexJuice. I think she's fun, and I think she's smart. Alright, moving on. Bye.